This is Dudes at 4 a.m., episode 16, brought to you by That Watermelon Dog.
That intro, dog. That's an intro right there. Cut it.
That intro.
It's gratis.
Episode 16 of Dudes brought to you by
That intro, bro.
Spider-Man does whatever a spider can. Spins a web any size, catches thieves just like flies. Look out, here comes the Spider-Man.
Welcome back, everyone. This is Dudes at 4 a.m., episode 16. If you have forgotten, I am Erin.
This is Alex.
That guy Brian, dog.
I hear he's okay.
That hiatus, though.
That hiatus, dog.
It's been a while, guys.
We're going to be back.
What hiatus?
Yeah.
We're back.
I've been back. I don't know about y'all. I've been back.
So let's recap this year. What have we been doing? We've been dead.
I don't know. What was on the last episode?
We were
It was
dead.
Avengers, right?
And then we assembled.
And then
Yeah.
we assembled. And then what?
And then that was it.
That was it. But like, did we say? We said we were going to be back, right?
We said we were going to be back,
yeah.
and then I was loose with the return time.
Okay, well, here's the thing. We're dirty liars. We've got a return label on our message. You know?
Delivery date from January to December.
Actually,
Expected shipment.
it says we're back, but you didn't see it. This message is supposed to be delivered like 3 years from now. So actually, we'll be back. We're going to cancel Dudes, and we're going to come back in 3 years. It's
Yeah.
actually what's going to happen.
This is an actual thing we want to do. It's just not easy to do.
Oh, no, yeah.
We learned that right away.
No,
But,
we'll actually go off, right? We'll cut off Dudes, and we'll bring a new guy in. We'll make a new show, and we'll advertise it as New Dudes. And everybody will hate it. Then we'll bring back Old Dudes, and we'll call it Classic Dudes.
Yes.
It'll be perfect.
Yes. The greatest publicity stunt.
I'm not affiliated with this debauchery.
Because he's the dude nobody likes.
Hey, I'm an OD, man. OD. Oh.
No, but for real though.
Hey, but for real though.
For the fans at home, D.O.
D-O-E.
I think it's D-O-E. It's
D-O-E.
Yeah.
Like the deer?
Yeah, like the deer.
A
so-
female deer.
So before we go into our topic tonight, we have literal fan mail.
For real?
Oh, snap.
For-
No way. When was this sent? Oh, let's not read the date that was sent. All right. Who wants to read? Are we going to read it word for word? Is it PG? Is that a booty call? No?
Yeah. Who wants to read that one?
This fan says, I miss you.
All right, yeah, go ahead, man.
Dearest dudes. You missed the dearest dudes part.
Dearest
and
dudes.
And the whipping noise.
Dear, I see it. When I highlight it, whoosh. Okay, there we go. I miss you. I demand a new episode soon. Please, smiley face, or colon and parentheses.
Colon and parentheses. Yeah, I'm sure that's exactly what they intended.
Because there's no space there, man.
Right, anyways.
One about life and love and troubles. Like, what are you guys looking forward to your last year of college? Ready for the real world?
Sweet
More
mother.
schooled? A year off to travel the world in soul search? How's your college career? I don't really care what you talk about. I just want to hear your thoughts and opinions Opinions as voices. Okay, bye. Lots of love.
I wish
me.
these people could see my face right now, because that's a lot of deep stuff that I would love to talk about.
Yeah, the whole world just got thrust in our face.
Had we
But
more
I'm not
episodes
prepared
of
to.
Dudes, if we had more episodes in production, those are topics we would use, actually.
Yeah.
Those are really good topics.
That's actually good.
Yeah.
Man.
Shoot.
Well,
That is
damn, why didn't we think of that?
Well, because we haven't been together.
Yeah, I know.
Actually, that's a video we've been intending to make that I told you guys that we should make. We should make a video of us making a video, or of us
Yeah.
making a
Yeah.
podcast episode. But if we ever get around to making that,
We can't hire people this late.
Yeah.
No.
Well, legally.
That's true, though. Oh, yeah, because for all intents and purposes, we're doing this at 4 a.m., right?
Tons of purposes. Check your watch, bro.
That watch, though.
That watch. You got a smartphone. That's time.
Yeah,
Not really.
But apparently, we're saying that phrase because we've been saying "Abo for real though" for a while. But apparently, Erin's got a story.
No,
Erin's got a story.
No, I mean,
Kind
I don't want to.
mini story.
I mean, she wants to hear about our lives.
Okay, fine. Well, okay, so you're out on the town, right? You go out, you consume.
Paint the town red.
Yeah, let's go with that. You paint the town red. You consume some things, and then you come back home and you're hungry, right? So I was with some people, and we were looking for snacks, and there was a bucket. You know those cheese balls you get at like Costco?
You mean like cheese puffs.
It's a freaking giant bucket.
The ones you throw into
cheese
people's
balls.
mouths.
Yeah, cheese balls, and like so I was with a couple people, or
Them girls, though.
with a couple people, several people. A few of them may or may not have been black, and so they see the cheese ball. No, but it's because there's this. That's who you hear it from.
What's the soundboard for racist?
It's actually the same soundboard. It's a whip.
Seal it.
Dudes before we get canceled.
Anyway.
That's censorship, dog.
Before we get called by the NAACP. Yeah, so, when you're hungry, you say a lot of weird stuff. So all of my friends were like,
Apparently, are you hungry?
those cheese balls, though. And the whole night we proceeded to look at food and say, yo, those chips, though. That salsa, though.
Yo, Alex is munching on that homemade Oreo, dog.
Hey, but the Oreo, though.
So, yeah, that's what happens.
We should probably name the episode something like that. Actually,
Hey,
we're
but
gonna talk
them
about
dudes, though.
Them dudes, dog. Gotta start it all with D's too. DEM.
Triple D.
Dudes. Oh man, about that alliteration.
I approve.
Sweet. But anyway,
All right,
yeah.
what are we jumping into real quick, guys?
Ready for the real world. I guess we'll take this apart because
Okay,
it's
so
a pretty substantive mail. We don't give a good
Yeah,
answer, so we'll answer one part at a time.
So, topic A, we finished our third year of college, and we're
Word.
going into our last
Yep.
this summer. So, we've all been working. I've been away. These two guys have been in Nova. I've been thinking about what to do next year. I don't know.
That's
y'all.
crazy, man. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's weird.
We're grandpas. Yeah.
Yeah,
We're
it's
old
really
guys.
Yeah, actually, because I've been taking a class, summer class, and I'm seeing all these kids coming in for orientation occasionally, and I'm just like, man, they look like kids. Like they're not even ready for what's going to come. Like there's no way they could possibly be ready for what's coming at them.
We certainly weren't.
And it's just like,
That's cute.
I'm sure I looked exactly like those kids, but I probably didn't think so at the time. You know,
As weird as that was 3 years ago.
it's just them.
Like I remember my orientation day so well, and like I can't
me too.
believe that was in 2009. Like
I don't know. You know, the thing is that they say like you're gonna grow into like who you are in like middle school and high school, like you grow into your body or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But I think honestly, high school is where I've seen the most physical change of anything, like anywhere.
Yeah.
Just because like people are finally like defining their look, and that's a part of it. Just like it's really like I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Because in like college is where it seems like everybody actually finally kind of discovers who they are, like how they're dressing and stuff.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
I
Like they get comfortable in like how they are.
Oh,
They,
yeah.
like,
I'm totally
they-
different, man.
High school is like kind of an opportunity to test, and then college is just like no one cares. Just do what you really
Just
care
do
about.
what you do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You know.
it's good times. It's been good.
it's been
I'm probably gonna miss it, but I
been
want
a ride.
I want to.
And actually, like, anybody I hear about from, like, high school back in the day, like, somebody tells me, like, yo, I just saw this person the other day. They always just, like, yo, they got fat. That's the only thing I hear.
Because that kid, he wanted to be fat. That's what happened.
Wow.
He found himself
What
and
is
wanted
wrong with
to
you
be
guys?
fat.
I'm just saying.
No, I'm just
You
saying.
wanted to be fat.
I mean, some people do, right?
Like, you know,
Like Santa Claus.
yeah.
Like, he wants to be fat, right?
Did you ask him?
I don't know. Did you ask him?
No, I'm just saying. That,
Hey, but, like, you know, if you don't want people to leave you milk and cookies that make you fat, then you should say, he's fucking Santa Claus. He could change his lore, right?
Yeah.
He'd just be like, don't leave me milk and cookies. This fucking Santa, he's getting down chimneys and shit. Are you serious?
but them
works
presents
for him,
though.
That's what I'm saying. He wants to be fat.
Yes.
I don't know. Man.
You think Santa Claus wants to be skinny? Is that what you're trying to
I
tell
don't
me?
know, man. Make them chimneys easier.
Them chimneys. Man, clearly he's got some kind of other world shit to get through chimneys.
You mean sucking in your gut?
You think he just sucks in his gut, really?
He's Santa Claus. He can do what he wants.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. If he wanted to be skinny, he could be. So he wants to be fat. Booyah.
Turn it.
Lawyered. Get out of here.
Sign it.
Sign, cut and print. We're cooking with gas now.
No.
The shame. Hey, but that topic though.
Oh God. All right.
But yeah,
So we're old guys.
Growing
All
up
right,
is
that's just a
scary as
taste.
shit.
Yes, growing up is
For real.
scary. So is growing up.
I mean, facing things like maybe having to pay bills.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like
Moving out.
and all that stuff.
Friends
Like
leaving.
legitimate moving out.
Yeah.
You know? Because, like, I mean, I've left the house for a period of time to go live elsewhere, but, like, paying your own rent and stuff.
Yeah.
That's, like,
And coming home.
Yeah, that's weird.
To like your own life. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
It's lucky. It's like even for like me. Like I mean, I live in a different city, so I still have my own place, but I still like my mom still pays my rent. So
yeah,
like,
but that's what I'm saying.
I haven't
Like,
completely changed.
I
you
was
know?
living in Richmond for summers at a time, for months at a time.
Yeah.
You know? And it's like, that was away from my parents. I was with my brothers, and they were taking care of me, but, like, you know, that's the thing. They were taking care of me. But
Right.
it's like, the idea of, like, paying your own rent for your own food, cooking for yourself, doing all that stuff all the time, having errands to do for yourself all the time.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
it
It's
is,
built
man.
up. Yeah.
Especially
And you might have a roommate.
right that you don't know. I kind of want to move out to like out of the state and like I think like it's one thing to like move out from your family, but then to also leave friends you've made for like years.
Yeah.
That's the hardest part, you know, because like your family you know is always going to be there, but you don't know where the friends you've met you know over the years are going to end up, and because that they serve as your family away from home. So then when you lose them, it's like
That's tough.
a whole new beginning.
I mean, it's a good thing we're family.
Yeah, yeah, for real.
Except for Alex.
Blood related. we got DNA tested, bro.
What?
You're not related. I'm just kidding.
Hey, but I'm on them Avengers though, right?
It's just,
No.
Them comic continuity.
We'll think about it.
I mean, you know.
But yeah,
So yeah.
But yeah, it's like, actually, because it's just getting a job and, like, looking into, like, a career and all that. That's
Because like half of it's like the ambition, just like, oh yeah, we're college graduates again now. But then
yeah,
we have a crazy country to walk into. We
a
have
crazy
interviews.
situation. Yeah.
We
the
have.
end of the
Interviews.
world.
There's always the unknown.
There's the
and-
end of the world coming up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I'm
we're
excited.
not even sure if we're going to graduate. So if
Yeah.
you see us in 2013, big things. You know what I'm saying? That 2013 though.
I just want to watch Avengers 2
The
and
Iron
the
Man
world
3.
can end, man.
Then the world can end.
I just wanna watch
thought
Avengers
the Dark
2
Knight
now.
Rises was it. I
No,
thought
no,
you wanna
no.
see DKR.
No, but after Avengers was so good, I gotta watch Avengers 2 now.
Don't forget, I mean, there's going to be The Hobbit, too, you know?
Oh damn, the
That's
Hobbit.
gonna complete
that
Lord of
looks
the
so
Rings.
good too.
It's going to complete Lord of
Yeah.
the Rings. That's crazy.
Shit, I gotta do so much before the world ends.
You know?
Can I just start paying people to like do things for me?
Yeah, just do it quicker. that Dark Knight Returns though.
All right, but yeah, I mean that's a little
Yeah.
taste of what's up. For
Yeah.
us.
We'll probably have a bigger episode on this, but right now.
I mean, I could see a bigger episode about
Yeah, but yeah, I guess as we get closer, we'll get a lot more paranoid. So
Probably.
Yeah.
you'll-
That's
you'll-
assuming we make any more episodes after this. I'm not going to make any. I refuse to make any more empty promises
No
/
promises,
guarantees.
yeah.
Well, actually, I never made a promise.
Yeah, I'm mostly at fault for that. So sorry, fans.
But those are the best ones.
Okay.
Oh shut!
What movie? What movie? It didn't just come out. I promise.
That 1 week though.
That spectacular Spider-Man. I don't know. Anyways, but yeah.
All right. So thanks for the letter. We'll get back to more of it.
Like I said.
and some more.
I'm not making any promises. Because I didn't make any promises because I don't make any of the promises on Dudes at 4.
That
because
email-
I'm very serious about promises. Boom.
That email's from me.
Which one?
Do you know a me?
Oh, I don't know me, winky face.
Hard, right?
Har-
It's an interesting name.
Oh,
is
that's
that is that Dutch? Me, winky face, heart.
Actually, that's as Alec was pronouncing it earlier, that's me : n parentheses less than 3. Great.
Sounds like a good fan.
Yeah, I mean, we're international.
Or actually, if you put that all together,
Apparently, it's international.
you know, that's actually a smiley face, me with an epic beard.
Oh, good.
Ooh.
Good point. That is an epic beard.
That would be an epic beard.
All right, I like
One that
better.
goes actually like a cone, but like
Yeah,
up
so
towards your face.
Russian. I think it's Russian.
You think it's Russian?
We need to
Russians
make a
have
new
beards.
set of emoticons.
Russians have
Change the
beards.
whole game.
We're gonna change emoticons.
Change the whole game
Okay,
right here,
Um,
dudes.
okay, how are we doing that?
God, we
Starting
can,
with
we can
that
barely
beard.
get like 5 fans. How are
That-
we going to change emoticons?
We don't even. Do we
That
have
beard.
5 fans?
We
like,
have 5 fans.
we stopped making episodes.
Do we count
so
as
they
our own
probably
fans?
left us. Do we count as
Are
our
we
own fan?
fans of ourselves?
Hey.
No, I hate all of you guys.
Yeah, me too.
Well, Erin's good. I mean, like,
No,
know,
yeah, you're good. I mean, you're good.
but as a group,
As a group.
I don't like our dynamic.
Collectively.
You know?
Yeah.
Okay, as long as we're on the same page,
Oh, yeah,
we're good.
Whip, whip,
Whip.
whip, whip.
Yeah, we can Spidey swing
JK.
into our next topic, I
So
guess.
thanks for the letter, but now
Yeah.
we're on
We
to
will get back to it,
not on the more
I think.
amazing things.
Yeah, more to come. That was just a preview.
But, wow. Did you...
We don't have the drum. Yeah, just the unfortunate
Okay,
whipping.
my thing was better. All right, let's. So what were we talking about next? Some dude in a costume.
Some dude in a costume in New York,
Some dude in a costume with a mask.
and there are lizards around.
So if you've been dead for like the last few weeks, so Spider-Man rebooted cinematically, came out with the movie last week, July 3rd. It all released. We all watched, or the three of us watched it at midnight in different places, and we. That's
We have some things to discuss.
Yeah, I mean, so this movie is a new actors all around. We have Andrew Garfield as Peter Parker, Gwen Stacy's Emma Stone.
No MJ.
We've got what's his name?
No MJ, as far as...
No,
I don't know his name, but we have.
Dennis Leary.
Dennis
yeah.
Leary. That's right. And then Martin Sheen, Uncle Ben, and then I forget the girl's
a
name.
few other.
She's from Mrs. Doubtfire, Aunt May.
Oh yeah.
So it's a really stellar cast. The director Mark Webb, who directed 500 Days of Summer.
I couldn't think of who the actor was because I knew the actor for Kurt Connors, but I was trying to think of where I had seen him.
Yeah.
But I realized he's from The Replacements. If you guys have seen that
Yes,
movie.
he's also from A Knight's Tale.
Yes, that's how I know.
Rhys Ifans is the lizard in this one. I forgot about him almost. He's a pretty popular actor. So very stellar cast, good director in Mark Webb. He definitely, to say the least, took this series in a different route. I would say, first of all, Peter Parker is more comical. He's not.
We're divided on this, actually.
Yeah, well, yeah.
this is-
I think Garfield plays a much more awkward and like comical, like quippy, comical Parker.
Well, the Spider-Man is more quippy,
I also think,
which I prefer, and the Peter Parker is more nerdy, which I like.
Yeah, right. I also think
Agreeable.
the whole thing is a lot more
Oh, also,
emotional.
Just before we go on, I'm sorry if you haven't watched the movie yet, but pause it now, go watch the movie.
yeah, spoiler
just
alert.
make sure, because we're probably going to go into very significant plot details,
Spoiler. It's okay,
whether
everyone
whether
dies.
intentional
Yeah.
or not. So
Everyone dies.
Everyone
yeah,
It's okay.
everyone dies.
So
It was all a dream.
It was all a dream.
It's all a dream.
Conception.
Oh, and Peter Parker's Batman
It's not really a
Peter Parker
reboot.
is Batman,
and Iron Man,
Spider-Man is Spider-Man. Is Spider-Man.
True.
Spider-ception.
and he is his father.
and it's his son Norman Osborn.
Right. Voldemort also dies.
Whoa.
So
Wow.
was that too much?
I
Was that too
haven't
much?
seen the Harry Potter.
Was that too
series.
much? No.
They also throw the ring into the volcano, into Mount Doom.
And Gollum goes with it.
Right.
Okay, all right.
But anyway,
So now
yeah,
that we have no fans again, we can talk to ourselves
this. All right,
and
yeah.
the dog.
This movie is more emotional. I feel it's a lot. I mean, Mark Webb. I mean, so 500 Days of Summer. If you haven't seen it, it's just very emotional to be a broken record. But he focuses a lot on different aspects of love and getting through like a relationship, and this movie has parts of it too. With Gwen Stacy and Parker, and then also with like Peter and his parents and his uncle and aunt, and then like the Captain Stacy and his daughter. So there's a lot of good connections with the characters in this movie, which is not it's different from like Tobey's Spider-Man and Sam Raimi's Spider-Man, which was a lot of more just the Spider-Man story.
Yeah, classical.
There wasn't.
classical
Yeah.
Spider-Man problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as Erin, because we actually had a discussion about this before we're doing dudes right now. We were talking about which we like better, like Spider-Man 1 or The Amazing Spider-Man.
And-
me personally, I picked Spider-Man 1. Erin's going with Amazing Spider-Man.
I need to rewatch Spider-Man 1 to make sure.
True.
So Alex is on the fence,
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
We've been having a lot of comparisons to a lot of different Spider-Men, whether it be the Ultimate Spider-Man in the comics, the cartoon, the original series, the original comic book, and we're not sure what to make of the movie yet.
No, because, like, okay, the best way I think I put it for me personally The Amazing Spider-Man, I like it, I don't love it. Because, like, the only thing is that because it's a reboot, it's hard to not compare certain and see certain, like, I don't want to say copied elements, but there are elements of the Spider-Man story that you're going to see again no matter what. This is why I was saying I was really hoping that they were going to reboot post Uncle Ben's death. Because Uncle Ben's death in Amazing Spider-Man isn't... I feel like, me personally, I didn't feel like it was as emotionally charged as it was in Spider-Man 1. Because in Spider-Man 1, it seemed like he was directly, like, involved because he let him get on the elevator. In The Amazing Spider-Man, he just kind of lets him go. Like, it's just like, he gets the milk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he kind of benefits from it, too, which is awkward.
Yeah.
Even in a very small token, it's just... It doesn't seem very connected.
Yeah.
But what is really good about The Amazing Spider-Man is I love the fight sequences and the action sequences. They are amazing.
If you're looking for pure... If you want Spider-Man fights, like Spider-Man tributes, Spider-Man poses, Spider-Man jokes, this is your Spider-Man.
The poses are really, really good. They're really... They pay a lot of... homage to the Spider-Man comics, which is fantastic.
Yeah. You'll see it a little bit in the trailers and the commercial promos, but when you see Spider-Man action, you're gonna be like so excited. That's where like the critics say best Spider-Man ever. They're probably talking about the fight scenes because that's pure Spider-Man right there. The fight scenes will get you excited. You might think, "Oh my god, this is Avengers again." It's not, but the fight scenes are very Spider-Man.
I never thought that.
I was excited, but I mean, the Avengers was a whole thing. Spider-Man, there are parts I love, parts I'm very indifferent about.
All the Spider-Man stuff is really cool. Like his web sling, like his web slinger stuff. Like he makes it.
The fact that he shoots web balls again, is fantastic.
Yeah. Like
I love that.
All the Spider-Man elements are good. Like the technical elements are really good, and they really capture like the Spider-Man you picture and watch and see in the comics and games and stuff.
Yeah.
So that much is cool. I mean, New York is as beautiful as always. The Lizard is a good, like, he's a good villain. It's a
good way to start.
Yeah, I think
it's a respectable.
And he's a respectable lizard too.
Yeah, Reese Evans does a good job. I think
Kurt Connors.
Yeah. I was at first debatable about his outfit because it seemed almost like a lizard man. And then they brought in the old costume where he had the lab coat and some pants, and I was like, okay, I can deal with it. And then when I saw the fight scene, I was like, okay, that's a lizard. That's the lizard fighting Spider-Man. Very very aggressive. Wrapping around Peter is very
aggressive, like cerebral kind of.
Yeah. Right. So the lizard is a good bad guy to start off with. Not as favorable as the Goblin, in my opinion, but if you're worried about he's a bad villain, he's not a bad villain.
He's not.
I think you just need to be ready to accept this is not
villain. I'm definitely going to pick Spider-Man 1 though.
Yes.
Not that he's not a bad lizard.
I think it's just because the Goblin is played better and the Goblin means more.
Yes. The Goblin means more to Spider-Man, but also the Goblin is played really, really well. I'm trying to think of the actor's
William
name.
Dafoe.
Yeah.
He's fantastic.
He was really good.
Oddly, he also looks like the guy who plays Captain
Leary. Yes. They look alike.
Just randomly.
Yeah. Then I'm just interested to see like how they continue the story about Kurt Connors and Peter's dad, because that's not over, and that's the only problem. Yeah. And that's like the whole issue I have with the movie is it seems like it gets ahead of itself, because like you notice with Kurt Connors, he becomes a villain right away, and I don't remember them explaining or being able to analyze why he wants to turn the whole city into lizard people. And that's the same thing with Stacy and with Gwen and Peter.
Now that you mention it, that actually makes a lot of sense. The movie asks you to assume a lot.
Right.
Yes.
And that's kind of...
Yeah.
And not that there's anything necessarily wrong with that, but there's a certain time for it.
Right.
Yeah.
But the movie asks for it too much, I'm going to say.
Yeah.
In a lot of it.
It knows its end before it really focuses on how to get there. And I think that could be a problem with maybe Mark Webb in general, because like with 500 Days of Summer, like it's clear that he knew where he wanted the end to be, and that's why he split it up and like he time jumped a lot. And so that's certain people didn't like how it was so predictable. Mm-hmm. And this could be the same, like because with Gwen and Peter, like they just sort of fall in love with each other, and then it's not that like it comes at it like you can't analyze and trace back, but you have to assume, like Brian said, you have to assume a lot.
A big part of that too was
go ahead.
Because Erin was telling me earlier about the comics. I was a little bit rough on my Gwen Stacy history. But he said the instant love between Gwen Stacy and Peter Parker is instant, but in the comics it made sense.
Yeah.
Because in the comic world that's kind of acceptable.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. But in the movie she just like falls head over heels, and then it seems more like they're just couple time, not just Peter Parker and Mary J. It's difficult because we also want to compare it to MJ and the relationship that Peter Parker had with MJ in the first movie, and the assumption that you have to make between Gwen Stacy and
The
Peter.
movie Amazing Spider-Man is too self-aware, but it's not self-aware in the way Spider-Man is self-aware of his situation. It's self-aware in that it knows it's a Spider-Man movie.
Right.
If that
makes sense. Yeah, and that's why I would say like that's why Uncle Ben's death in this movie is not as impactful because they sort of just brush it over, like he dies and it happens, and then like the next scene just sort of forgets about
I think
it.
there's a clear acknowledgement
actually,
that this scene's been done before.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing because it's how in Transformers 3 just to make a point, when Ironhide dies and they just kind of brush over it.
Yeah.
That's really like, what's that about? Like, Ironhide dies, they change scenes, and that's it.
Exactly, yeah.
It was not, like Jazz died. Everyone was
like, whoa, man.
That was
and Ironhide was important. He was like actually doing stuff.
Yeah.
They called out to him. They didn't just say Autobots go.
Jazz died is like Coulson dying.
Yeah.
Because he's
Almost.
relevant.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Not Coulson, but
No, he's not at the level. But that's what I'm saying. He's
it had
relevant,
the emotional resonance.
but he's not.
He's not the main person.
He's not the main Transformer. Is the thing, though.
But the fact that he dies is like is very, very important.
Ironhide dying is like the equivalent of Hawkeye dying, and no one caring.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I mean, that's a good way to put it.
Right.
Yeah, because I'm not too disaying Transformers fans. I'm just not.
And that's what
up
I'm
on it.
saying.
Yeah.
It's just they change scenes, and it's like there should be more than that. There should be a bigger moment than that.
Right. And Spider-Man, because to compare, even though sometimes you shouldn't, like Spider-Man 1 does it well because Toby
You
and stuff.
feel like that he was directly responsible for Uncle Ben, and that it was like because it was the first time you'd seen it in the cinematic screen. Like,
because in this movie, like Peter he tries to look for the guy with the tattoo, but then it doesn't really get resolved. Like he gets caught up in something else. So like
that's one of the main issues we have with a couple of the problems with the movie.
Yeah, they don't focus enough on why, and that's fine. Like he forgot about it. That's fine because he learns his lesson. But then
there's a lot of things like that.
Yeah, they don't focus enough on why he forgets about it, or that he learned his lesson from Uncle Ben, and that stuff should have happened the way it did.
There's also like the brushing over the whole parents issue. I mean, I'm going to assume from the trailer that they amped up the parents issue a lot about Peter's parents, but also how he became Spider-Man. There's a big learning curve in the first movie. Even like the comical web scene, him in school trying to figure out his powers. Yeah, everyone loved that scene, but it made sense because he was an ordinary guy getting these powers.
Yeah, but that's like a technical issue too, because in this movie it's more original because he made the web.
True.
The web ball, like the web shooters. Yeah. Whereas
it still came out of him though.
No.
Yeah, it came out of his neck.
No, but that was because that's after he got bit.
That was the spider. No, that was the spider leaving from where it's bit. That's not the web coming out.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Because spiders, they sting and they can leave in webbing, and then they climb down from where they are.
Right.
All right.
Whereas with Sam Raimi and Toby, Toby had his stuff out of his body. Yeah. So there was not as much. I guess you could say there's not as much of a learning curve because because there's
also the wrestling scene in Sam Raimi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the development of the costume, and then this one is just strapped, found the luchador mask and just
But that's another thing you have to assume because you have to assume that Garfield is so comfortable making all this stuff that they don't have to show a scene him learning as much as they actually showed.
Right. I don't know.
I think just
to me that's awkward a little bit.
Yeah,
it's just awkward seeing him atop the.
I think the best way to put it though is that the entire movie, the pacing is a little bit awkward.
Yeah.
The pacing of the movie is a little bit awkward.
That's the best way to put it. Yeah.
Because there are things where they go to the point and they make sure that you understand this, and they go point by point and they explain it, go point by point, and they make sure you understand it. And then there are other times where it's just you should know this already.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
I think one of my biggest gripes is the first half hour of the movie where they're trying to characterize Peter in the high school. He's skating around, he's being emo, but he's being nerdy. He's going to Oscorp. He's doing a lot of weird things.
He's more awkward. He's just
it's more awkward, but I think it clashes because Andrew Garfield is trying to be charming, and Peter Parker is not instantly charming. He's charming in his nerdiness, and he's just seemed like charming just to be charming and cute.
I'm like, I don't know.
It just confused me because
he doesn't intend to be emo, right?
Yeah.
But like sometimes he comes off that way. It's just the way it is because it's just like he goes into the classroom. He's supposed to be a nerdy guy. You'd assume that a nerdy guy would either be A, in the front of the classroom, or B, just like too smart for the class, right?
Yeah.
But he just goes to the back and he puts his head down.
Yeah.
That's a slacker.
That's not a
that would happen after he has late nights.
Yeah, you know,
not just going to school just because you don't like to be social.
Yeah, and like that's just the thing. Like there were just certain things that didn't align, I guess. And the skateboarding thing doesn't add to his nerdiness. It just
I don't like it.
I think that's where emo came from. Actually, not that all kids that have skateboards are emo. It just doesn't add to his nerdiness, so it in turn adds the other way.
I think what they tried to do with this skateboard was add to his recklessness, which is why when he becomes Spider-Man, you know, he just jumps off that building, and like I was kind of shocked when that happened because I was like what the hell, he's gonna like jump off this 20-story building and then expect to swing right away. So I think it's that because there's a whole scene where he's on that half pipe. And he's trying out his sticking abilities with the half pipe. So I think that's the only it's weird. Like they could have done it with something else, but
because Peter in the first film he got to kind of try his powers not only on top of the buildings but in the wrestling.
Yeah, exactly.
So he got to kind of have that combat experience.
Yeah, they had to give him something.
Yeah, and then his combat experience here in the movie is getting whipped by Flash.
Right. And like also to go with skateboarders, like sometimes you view skateboarders as like emo kids, but like it's also makes you more different than other people. So like how high schools we've been to, there's like one or two skateboarders, which really puts them on the spot. Like it really distincts them.
Yeah.
So
like
with like Peter,
that guy with the skateboard.
Peter it makes it more awkward because he's the only one in that high school with a skateboard. Like,
he's also got
and
so
he's
many
getting in trouble with it. Like
and he's got a camera. He's only got the camera. He's being.
It's weird. Like it's I don't know.
I think it's just like
camera. Either.
Well, I think because I think it's like they were trying to just acknowledge that he's a photographer.
Yeah.
It was just too much. Just take out the skateboarding, focus on camera, do something. Just don't give. Peter wasn't this well diverse. He was nerdy. He was Spider-Man. He was a photographer of the Bugle.
Yeah,
and he has a relationship.
It's weird because it's almost a paradox because I think Garfield acted it really well, but they just didn't have a clear view of what they wanted Peter to be.
Yeah.
Like the director didn't really have a clear view of what he wanted Garfield to focus on, even though Garfield did pretty well doing what he did. Mm-hmm. It's like a weird. It's
ironic. It's just tough. I really had a weird time getting past that first part, but then when I felt like the Lizard was developing, the Spider-Man was coming out, and his relationship with Gwen Stacy's dad, both as Peter Parker and Spider-Man, was interesting.
Right.
I think when it finally caught up in the Spider-Man world, it works. But that pre-Spider-Man time is just very rough.
I mean, yeah, because like I said, I'm Team Toby.
Yeah,
I respect Andrew Garfield, but I like Toby's elements of Spider-Man / Peter Parker so far. I'm waiting to see it though, because I mean we're just comparing one and one right now.
Yeah, definitely.
But we all know that Spider-Man 2 is the best Spider-Man movie to come out thus far.
We have to see what Amazing brings to the table.
When Amazing brings something to the table in terms of a second movie, that's when it'll be in business.
Yeah,
we'll see. Yeah, I'm not. Gonna
I think that will make or break it because usually with the sequels from Marvel, they've been pretty spot on.
That's true.
Minus Iron Man 2's ending.
See, man.
But,
no, because I mean the thing.
But every sequel I think has been pretty.
I'll even say
solid.
I love Iron Man 2. Do I like it as much as Iron Man 1? No, not even close.
Yeah.
See, Iron Man 2 could have been greatness. Did it decide to be greatness? No, because the ending kind of sucked. The ending battle kind of sucked. But you know, it happens.
Yeah.
But like the thing that we're looking at now, right, is
we have
So if you're comparing Peter Parker's. We're split on that because Erin's about Andrew Garfield. I like Tobey Maguire.
And I still got to watch the first one again to see.
If we're talking Mary Jane versus Gwen Stacy, the characters, not the actresses yet.
The characters.
I think I'd prefer to have Mary Jane.
Yeah, me too.
Like in the movies?
Yeah. I don't know. That was
interesting.
I don't think there's enough of Gwen Stacy in Emma Stone. And I feel like it's more like, I think I just like Emma Stone as an actress.
Me
And
too.
she just gets along with Andrew Garfield really well.
Yeah.
So I'm not really sure I feel
they're
Gwen
dating.
Stacy.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're dating. That works. But I mean,
Because Gwen Stacy as a character wasn't explained too much.
no, she was just perfect girl for
She's
Peter
not.
in
She's,
every way.
yeah, she's not. Well, she is. Well, she's explained in the comics, but like,
Yeah, but I'm saying in the movie.
yeah, I think, yeah, like, and you only get glimpses. Like, that's another thing to reiterate how this movie forces you to make assumptions. It doesn't really delve into the deep things. You have to notice how when Peter like first meets Gwen's family, you have to notice how proper how like Gwen is when Gwen is afraid when Peter doesn't wear a suit, and how they're all sitting like dressed nicely, even her little brothers, and they're all passing things to each other nicely. Like the silverware is all top notch.
And you
Got
see
that
Peter,
fish.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you see Peter come home.
Yeah, the food they're eating is like really, really high class. You have to notice those things to know things about Gwen, and that just it's subtle, but I don't know if it depends. It depends how you like things to work, you know.
Because
Oh, wait, hold on. Did it bother you when she said bug boy?
yes,
Oh yeah, yeah,
Did that not feel like an MJ saying tiger moment?
yeah.
That didn't. Like,
it
did,
felt
it
like
did.
Because just a side note, Emma Stone is famous, but she's also been a famous redhead, and so for her not to be Mary Jane was
That's what we
pretty.
all thought she was
I was
Mary
just
Jane.
like, this
Yeah.
what? Just
she could have been Mary
she
Jane.
could have been Mary Jane.
could see her as
See,
Mary
I
Jane.
think
Me
that's
too.
what I'm seeing. I'm seeing too much of like Mary Jane come out because she's
they
already
just-
been
I mean,
done, and
they
they're
want-
kind of using her as a base because
Well, they want to do
that's why
high
they
school.
don't-
They want to do High School Parker,
which
so
has
like,
to be.
Yeah.
so it has to be Gwen, you know. And,
But it feels like MJ because MJ is high school. MJ is girl next door, young love.
It's all. I mean, okay. So that's what I'm saying. As a character versus character, I think I'd prefer MJ.
Me
To
too.
be,
I just really
but
like.
actresses versus actresses. I would definitely pick Emma
Yeah,
Stone
Exactly.
over Kirsten Dunst for the
Yeah.
Spider-Man
Yeah.
movies.
I just like younger Parker's story a lot more because it has a lot more to offer into his character. You just have to do it right.
Yeah.
And I think Gwen Stacy is like, I mean, the only problem with Gwen Stacy is she's such a wonderful character, but she died so early that, you know, people were forced to move on.
Yeah.
But she could be so much more, and hopefully this movie series, no matter like however long it'll last, will do that.
If we get Spider-Man next year, that'd be crazy. Like how they did Pirates.
Oh well, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's.
Well, I mean, we'll see.
that's insane.
I mean, I don't know
If
if
not-
they want to keep a young.
I would give
Andrew
them. I
Garfield,
would give
you
them
know?
2 years. I would
Because
give
what is
them,
he like?
That's-
25.
He's like 28.
Yeah,
27.
no,
28.
he's young.
God.
They're both young. They're both young.
Yeah, but that was the thing.
Young.
Toby started at like 24 or something. He's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
22, so 22.
And then that was a 5-year series.
I would give them 2 years because I as far as I know, both Garfield and Stone are not in any like really big projects right now.
Because that's the thing.
Yeah,
I don't.
because I think maybe this might be
Well, that's what I'm
they
saying.
get
That's why.
saturated with a bunch of movies. Because after
That's
after Superbad, Emma Stone got into a bunch of things.
Yeah.
After Facebook, everyone wanted to see more of Andrew
Yeah.
Garfield.
That's the
So-
question though. Because what direction is the timeline going to take for Amazing Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Because we have a very ambiguous alternative scene.
Spider-Man 1 through 3 there's a large time skip throughout
There
each
is.
movie,
There actually is.
basically. And if you look at the beginning of Spider-Man 1 with Peter Parker, and then the end of Spider-Man 3's Spider-Man Peter Parker, there is a big difference
Yep.
in who they are and
Oh
what they
yeah.
like.
Oh yeah.
When-
Well, also because Spider-Man 3 screwed up, but
Yes, that's true.
that's part
But
of
I
it.
mean, let's
But
compare
it's-
just the 1
who
and 2.
am I?
They had
Yeah,
a
just
pretty
1 and
big
2.
timeline.
Just
High
1
school
and
to
1.
college. 1 and 1. It was
He
high
graduates
school.
high school,
Yeah.
and he goes to work for Jameson. Like, that's a big thing.
It is a big thing, yeah, because in the comics, he either gets the job in high school or gets it after college. So
Yeah.
we have a lot to understand about the ending, and
Yeah.
we all speculated about who's the old guy in the corner talking to Doc Connors.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean,
So I think
we'll
Norman
see.
Osborn's an obvious choice because he's the only one referred to as an old
It's
man.
teleporting, man. It's like freaking Avengers, where Thanos has a freaking human hand, but Thanos is an alien. He's not supposed to have a human hand, and it's just like this ending where it's supposed to be Norman Osborn, but he can't teleport like that.
I
Unless,
didn't have
unless
this inner monologue. I don't know about
I'm just saying.
Thanos.
I mean, I'm being nitpicky, but like it bugs me because I want to know more. Because there are like things that aren't matching up.
Yeah.
But,
He said you must leave the kid alone
Yeah.
about his family. So hopefully this family thing gets resolved. I thought we were gonna do it in one movie.
I don't
Apparently
know.
not.
The end of The Amazing Spider-Man, Okay. Here's the thing. Here's another thing.
That's right.
Because at the end of Avengers, for anybody who's a regular moviegoer, they're not going to know who that character
Oh,
is.
of course not.
No,
Yeah.
Right.
I didn't know.
Okay, see, they're not going to. For anybody who realizes that's Thanos, they're like, "Oh my god, that's fucking
Yeah, like,
Thanos!"
what the hell? Yeah.
Like, holy shit!
Spoiler
Right?
alert, Thanos, Rex, all the Avengers.
Yeah, okay, so
Yeah.
Thanos
Okay,
is a
so
fucking
you think
god,
about
yeah.
that.
Yes.
But then, for anybody who's a real like fan of Avengers and knows who Thanos is, when they're talking about courting death,
Court death.
that's like extra
Yeah,
like
that's
amazing
extra-
to have that
extra
line. That makes like
legitness.
that's so awesome. But the Amazing Spider-Man, I don't know anybody who knows anything of what's going on there at that ending.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the only
This
problem.
is worse than Inception. I feel worse than Inception. Because
Definitely not worse than
Inception,
Inception.
there was two sides. Both highly
Actually, okay, it
arguable.
is worse than Inception. That's right.
Yes. See?
With Inception, you
'Cause-
could take a side, but now you can't take a side.
And you could argue that side
Fair
to
enough,
death.
fair enough.
You could argue.
You win. You
What
win,
do we do
Alex.
with an old man who might be Norman Osborn?
Who doesn't
What
really
do we do?
say anything that's relevant?
Because we
Yeah.
haven't met Harry yet.
I have to watch
There's
it
been
again.
no knowledge of a
There's not
Green
even
Goblin
mention that
serum.
there could be.
Which
Harry.
do we want to see another Green Goblin? Or do we want to see Green Goblin from Ultimate, where he's just like
just wanna
another
see-
beast?
I just want Gwen Stacy to die. Like, let's be real.
That's
I
really-
think that would be the most epic movie that like ever happened if they did it right, and I know they can. If,
That'd be so scary.
If she died, like I would honestly, I would burst into tears, and even though we would be expecting it, like
I don't know. We'll
It's
see.
tough.
If they kill her, we'll see.
Yeah.
Like that's the only way I can put
And
it.
apparently, well, if anyone who's been a fan of the Spider-Man comics or even the animated show from the 90s, we see Doc Connors throughout the series. The movie starts out like the series, and they start off, so if Doc Connors going to become a good guy again, is he going to turn into a reptile
No.
again? I mean, the lizard again? We don't know.
Yeah.
We got a bunch of villain speculation in about 2 to 3 years to speculate on, which sucks, because we're also expecting
Hopefully it's-
from Marvel Avengers 2 eventually, Iron Man 3 definitely next year,
Extremists.
Thor 2, Captain America 2, probably another X-Men movie somewhere in there, X-Men First Class 2,
The Wolverine has to
the
come
Wolverine
out.
has to come out.
That's the only problem with-
Deadpool's probably in the works somewhere.
God.
We have so much
Green
to look
Lantern
for.
2, like
Yeah,
remember that
Green-
ending?
oh,
Like
God,
that's
just-
supposed to come out.
Let's
Yeah.
not talk about Green Lantern for
Yeah,
now.
I know,
It makes me
I know.
very mad.
I know.
You know what? I really hope that they make a real costume for Green Lantern too.
Yes.
Not the CG crap. Yeah.
No.
No, it's okay to have a CG thing, but to not have a real costume at all,
Oh yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
that's ridiculous.
Yep.
Yeah. But I mean that's the problem with superhero movies nowadays. Is you have to wait. Like it sucks.
I
Like
don't know, because
I can enjoy definitely Amazing Spider-Man on its own, but then I think
You
I could
think
you kinda need
I
to
would
see what
enjoy it
happens.
more if I saw the next 2 movies or 3 or 4
Yeah.
movies.
So I guess
So,
we'll
who
see.
knows?
Maybe the skateboarding will come to play down 2 movies or whatever. We'll see.
Extremists.
We'll see.
I'm just-
So we're
I
mixed
just-
about the movie.
Doc.
There are parts
Dude,
to love.
I am
about-
so excited.
But for the record, Stan Lee's best cameo.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
Anyone?
Of course.
Anyone?
I would say I can
Yeah.
agree with that.
Best cameo.
Yes.
I can agree with that.
Better
Not
than
gonna spoil it
Avengers.
for
I
you.
thought it was better than
Yes.
Avengers.
Oh,
I think my thing is his Avengers cameo is really clever because of what he says.
Yeah.
But this one is just hysterical.
It is really funny.
It's just
Yes.
hysterical.
I was dying.
Yeah.
It's really funny. I
Yes.
can
So
I can
please,
give it that point. Yeah.
Yeah.
So please go see the movie. It's a great.
No, yeah, please do. I mean,
yeah.
Or
you owe it
like,
to yourself as an American
Yeah.
person.
No, actually,
or someone
you owe
older.
it to yourself so you can argue with us.
yeah.
Yes.
To be honest, like we're being nitpicky, but like the movie is fun. I had a
Yeah.
lot of fun, and
Oh no, you'll have fun with
Yeah,
it.
it
I
was,
had
it
so
was
much
a great
fun.
movie.
Or I'd have more fun rewatching the Avengers. Then.
Yeah.
well, I mean that's a given.
But yeah, so we're just gonna play it out there. Spider-Man 1, 2002 versus 10 years later, The Amazing Spider-Man 2, 2012. Send us more
Those,
messages
yeah.
or comments or like it or
Or fan mail.
Yeah, fan mail. Fan mail. We
I
like
like
fan
fan
mail. We like reading.
Translate
So-
your name to English though.
Yeah,
That'd be good.
that emoticon though. That web though. All right,
but yeah.
so yeah, we're mixed on it. I will watch it.
Yeah, but overall, like
Yeah.
so fun. Like, please
We
watch.
should make an emoticon
I want to watch it again.
that represents a stack of pancakes.
Thought we
You
forgot
guys
it.
can't see my face right now, but I have that like perfect revelation face. Tell me I don't.
You do.
Exactly.
I also want to type out how to spell the whipping sound so that I could like send that to people.
I
Like
think,
how do you spell?
see, people
you know?
start with a W, but I think it should
But there
start
should
with
be
a Q.
a Q in there.
Yes,
right? There should be a Q.
That's what
or
I'm
a
talking
K-
about.
A K or a Q. In
That's why we're
front.
family. You know?
So I mean, well, anyway, we need
Okay.
to help us figure out how
we
to
have
spell
tons of
the whipping
merchandise
noise.
ideas. So before we head out, what are you up to, Erin?
What I'm gonna.
What are you doing tomorrow?
Oh, so yeah. So Comic-Con is in 2 days, and I'm going again this year. Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. I'm sure I'll have a lot to tell when I get back. I mean, if you follow me on Twitter and stuff, I'm gonna be like I did last year. I'm gonna be tweeting. God damn it!
I'm the one late to the game. It's tweeting.
I'm gonna be tweeting. I'm gonna be tweeting probably like every second on the second, and
oh my God, Kaylee Kyoko. First step.
Kaylee Cuoco.
We'll see. So I'm
For the record,
Oh my God,
just so
Emma
we all
Watson, cameo.
she was number 22 on Maxim's Hot 100. Number 22.
Oh
As in
God,
my number. Just saying.
That's pretty that's not a coincidence.
Just saying.
It's meant to be. Damn it,
ladies 22,
what
born
number's
in the
Emma
month of
Watson?
April.
Can we check what number? Well, I'll check whatever number Emma Watson. I don't even have a
Tweet it.
significant
Just
number.
follow him. You'll
Okay.
see what his posts. You'll see pictures.
But anyway,
you'll
yeah.
see him
So
drooling.
Comic-Con this week. Get excited. Follow news that you hear. Follow me on Twitter. I'll be posting news and stuff. I'll be posting pictures.
And
It'll
Dark
be
Knight Rises
awesome.
coverage.
If you want something, email me. I'm gonna buy stuff for a lot of people, so email me. I might forget about you. Sorry, it happens. And that's it. We're flying out tomorrow, so
So he's gonna come back a different man. He might. This trip will decide what he decides to wear for Halloween. If he likes what he sees about Batman, he's going as Bruce Wayne.
It also might decide where I decide to spend the rest of my life, because I will be able to go out on the town at night because I'm 21 now, and if I meet some cool people, I might might think about living in San Diego.
If you decide to be Bruce Wayne for Halloween, I can be Batman, right? And then I can be standing. I can be standing like behind like a pole or something, and then you can run behind the pole and stop behind the pole, and I'll run out afterward, and it'll look awesome.
All right.
But
Well,
if not, then you just end up being Steve Rogers. Then I'll try and put together that repulsor arm to be Tony Stark in the process of
I'll
building
be
the Iron
Peter
Man
Parker
suit.
and
figure that
find
out.
a emo jacket.
we'll figure that out.
Learn to skateboard.
All right. It'll be a good Halloween. All right, we'll figure that out.
But yeah, thanks for
I'm
tuning
excited
in.
for that.
We'll see you when we see you.
I do
No
have a nice
promises.
suit to wear for Bruce Wayne.
Yeah,
I do have a nice
slick
suit
back
to wear.
hair. Wait, but if you're Steve Rogers, you have to put on that blonde wig, though.
Yeah, no, we'll see what happens. I could be Asian Steve Rogers.
Or just comb your hair over.
Yeah,
just
Cody.
make it-
Yeah,
Captain born in America. that's who I am.
Captain Born.
Because I'm not American, but I am. But okay, anyway.
I'm just a kid from the Philippines.
sorry, I'm not sorry.
Well, anyway, that's
Yeah.
so
see when you see you guys.
Yeah.
Alex.
hopefully we'll be back soon.
Are we going to be back?
We'll see.
And we came back today, so we'll come back sooner or later.
For some odd
Sooner
reason.
or later. That's pretty good.
right?
That's something.
Hey man,
Some Steve, man.
they can't blame us if we say sooner or later. All right, so let's just leave it at that.
But them false hopes.
Technology.
But them false hopes, though.
Those false hopes, no.
Those generic statements, no.
Oh man.
All right. Well, peace.
See you guys.
It's been real. This is Erin.
Alex.
Peace.
That guy.
Spider-Man, Spider-Man does whatever a spider can. Spins a web any size, catches thieves just like flies. Look out! Here comes a Spider-Man.
Woo! It's still recording. Why didn't you stop it?
Who are
Press
you?
that button,
We have
no.
in-audience, or in-studio audience right there.
More Bruce Wayne.
We should have those laugh reels like in all the sitcoms, and we
Or
just
like
play
clap.
it. We just
Audience
we just
clap.
play
You
it
should have
anytime
that
we say
awkward
something
one,
funny.
that bad joke. It's like, ooh.
Oh my god, you can download that. I think on the phone.
Yeah, I
I'm gonna
think
find
you
it.
probably
I'm
get
gonna
that.
find
You probably
it.
get a sample
on my
like that.
phone?
Yeah. Yeah.
On my super
your
phone?
phone is hopeless. Let's
It's
be
not
honest.
hopeless. My other phone was hopeless.
Your other phone is definitely
Yeah,
hopeless.
it flips 2 ways.
That's true.
That
I can
apparently
say that.
makes up for the lack of data and everything else it can't do,
That's true,
and our
though.
phones can't do. Because it can flip 2 ways.
Yep. Them real buttons, though.
I don't even know what it feels like to press a button anymore.
Right? That's what I'm saying.
You need to play some video games, man.
Well, other than a controller and the remote. But anyway, well,
Yeah,
I've been
cool.
using my Kinect a lot, so I don't even use the controller anymore.
Oh, this guy. Let's connect.
Yo, that voice control though.
That 1%, though. That, ayo, but that yogurt,
But that watermelon dough.
but that mandate, bro.
Yo, I had that mango dough.
That yogurt on the bench.
Yo, you should have that granola dough.